Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the vice president. As I mentioned here, the topic name is the vice president under Union Executive. Before I inform about the vice president, I just want to remind the Union Executive term. In India, हमारे देश में in the parliamentary form दो type of government होती है, parliamentary form of government और presidential type of government. In the parliamentary form, there are three wings of the democracy: executive, judiciary, and the legislator. The legislator who legislate law, executive who perform the law, and judiciary who introspect both the functions of the legislator or as well as the executive. So these are the three wings of the democracy. What is the basic difference between the parliamentary form of government and the presidential form of government? In that, in the parliamentary form of government, there is a one head, and the head is the president of this country, and under his prime minister and the council of minister works. It means, and there is a democratic setup, and the powers and the rights are divided among these three wings of the democracy. And in the parliament process, the main head is the president, but the entire functions has been done by the prime minister on the council of minister. But in the presidential type of government, and there is no any place for the prime minister. The president is the sole head of the country, and he under and his team is doing the all the necessary executive part of that country. This is the basic difference between the parliamentary and the presidential form of government. Both form of government has a different kind of things. There are some positive and there are some negative, because nothing is perfect and nothing is absolute. Everything has to be better time to time. Now, in the union executive, if we're talking about the union executive consists of four things: the president, the vice president, PM and his council of minister, and the last one is attorney general. Four these four persons comprises the union executive team. टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू टेल अबाउट दी वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, भारत के उपराष्ट्रपति के बारे में आज मैं बताना चाहूंगी. मैंने अभी बताया आप सभी को कि भारत या किसी भी देश में किसी भी डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप में दो तरह की गवर्नमेंट होती है. एक होता है पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म और दूसरा होता है प्रेसिडेंशियल फॉर्म. इन द प्रेसिडेंशियल फॉर्म, प्रेसिडेंट राष्ट्रपति उस कंट्री के हेड होते हैं. वह अपनी एक टीम सेलेक्ट करते हैं और उस टीम के द्वारा वो सारे एग्जीक्यूटिव फंक्शन को परफॉर्म करते हैं. बट इन द पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म, प्रेसिडेंट होते हैं, बट yes, though the president is the head of the executive team, the president is duty bound to follow his team is comprises the PM and the council of minister. तो अगर हम प्रेसिडेंशियल पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट की बात करें तो यहाँ बेसिकली ज्यादा पावर. On paper, the president is head, but if in a practical manner, the prime minister and his team, his council of ministers are responsible towards the parliament as well as towards the people of this country. Now, what is the position of the president? The vice president of India is the second highest constitutional office in India after the president. As I told, in an executive team, the four person, the president, the vice president, and the PM and his council of ministers, and the fourth one is attorney general. So the ranking of the vice president of India is the second high. The first person and the first post is the president. Then after, the position of the vice president of India stand. As per the Article 63 of the Indian Constitution states that there shall be a vice president of India. भारत का संविधान इस बात को कहता है आर्टिकल 63 के माध्यम से कि भारत में एक उपराष्ट्रपति होंगे ही होंगे. And why? Because the vice president acts as president in the absence of the president due to death, resignation, or impeachment, or any other एडवर्स सिचुएशन. वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के पास वो सारे पावर होते हैं जो प्रेसिडेंट के पास है, लेकिन तब जब प्रेसिडेंट किसी वजह से प्रेजेंट नहीं है, प्रेसिडेंट ने रिजाइन कर दिया, या इम्पीचमेंट प्रेसिडेंट के अगेंस्ट आया, या फिर अनटाइमली डिमाइज की वजह से, या एनी अदर इमरजेंसी प्रोविजंस, एनी अदर इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन, द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैज बीन इंडोर्स्ड विद ऑल द पावर्स which the president have. Now, how their election has been done, what are the qualification for the vice president, the process, if there is any disputes in the election, then what happened, oath, the term, removal, and these are the things, salary and pension, we will discuss one by one. The first thing is the qualification. As we know, for the there is a little bit difference between the qualification of the president or in the vice president. In the president, the person who want to be president is eligible for the any house, either the Lok Sabha or either the Rajya Sabha. But in vice president it is not. In vice president, the person must be qualified for the election of a Rajya Sabha member, the council of states member, the upper house of the parliament. So, and there is some basic for that is obviously required for every position to be hold in the country, be a citizen of India, have completed more than 35 years of age, or not hold any office of profit. Office of profit means, it means the person is not doing any job under the central government, under the state government, or either any other government authority from where he get the salary from the government part. So any post he cannot hold. And as I told that the president, in the qualification of president and the vice president is a little bit different, that in president case the person can be eligible for the member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, but in the Rajya Sabha solely for the itself for the Rajya Sabha. Why it is? Because the difference is because the president is, vice president is act to the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. For that, this is the basic difference of the qualification between vice president and the president. Now, how the election will be held? The vice president is elected indirectly by an electoral college consisting of members elected as well as nominated for the both house of the parliament. Here is also a difference between the election procedure of president and vice president. In the president, both the houses are the member are the part of the electoral college and they can vote. Even though the state assembly, they can also take part in the election of the president, but in the election of the vice president, there is entire session, entire parliament, entire state assembly cannot take part. Only the persons who are nominated for the election of that person. It means सभी मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट या स्टेट असेंबली के लोग इस वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के इलेक्शन में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर सकते हैं. वही लोग पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं जो नॉमिनेट किए जाते हैं, जो एक नामांकन की प्रक्रिया होती है, जो इसमें फिल करते हैं कि यस, आई एम विलिंग to cast vote and I am willing to participate in this entire voting system. Here is the little bit explanation regarding that. The election of the vice president is slightly different from the election of the president, as the members of the state legislature are not a part of the electoral college. As I told, state assembly, it means अगर local भाषा में कहें तो MP का कोई MLA का कोई रोल इसमें नहीं होता. Only the nominated members of the both houses means the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha are the part of electoral college of the vice presidential election. There are some person and who will decide and who is that government, it is under the election commission. They conduct the entire election procedure and they then after the election they submitted their report to the government and then the person has been elected as a vice president. Now, suppose, like we know that we live in such a country and we live in a democratic setup, then there might be some conflict and some issues arise. If any dispute arise in connection with the president, vice president election, then the ultimate judiciary, the Supreme Court of India, has a power which inquires into the matter. And there is a little bit condition. The Supreme Court of India has a power to intervene in the matter, but the bench must comprise 5 judges. The bench must comprise the 5 judges, and whatever the decision has been given by the Supreme Court, that has to be final and binding on the persons. Now, oath. The president administered the oath of office in secrecy to the president is empowered. The president has authorized to take oath of the vice president. The vice president may hold his office for 5 years and he may be re-elected for any number of times. There is no any number on the specific number given by the constitution that the president can be only one time or 2 times. Like In America, if you're talking about in the America, it's a rule that president can only be a two time become the president of the country. And there are some different things is also possible. I just want to mention here. The office may be terminated earlier by death, resignation, or removal. The Constitution does not provide mechanism of succession to the office of vice president in the any event extraordinary vacancy apart from the re-election. It means if in any situation the position, the seat of the vice president is vacant, then there is no procedure of succession. Only a remedy is available is the re-election. However, in between till the re-election has been concluded and done, the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha can perform the vice president's duties. As I told in the previous slide, that there is a difference between the election of the president and vice president. It is because the vice president is ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. That's why the difference of procedure in the election is happen. And in case of if the position, if the post of the president, vice president in any situation can be not possible, then in that situation only the re-election is the possible. If the seat is vacant, no one can succeed his post or her post. Only there is a procedure to the re-election. Yes, though it is possible that in those duration the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha can perform all his functions. Removal, there is a 5 year is a term is fixed, but the constitution is said that the vice president can be removed by resolution of the Rajya Sabha passed by an effective majority. Majority means the Lok Sabha by the simple majority. Article in 67B, it was clearly mentioned that the president can be removed, but for that a good number of majority in the majority, the resolution has been passed against the vice president, and then he can remove from his post. But no resolution may be removed unless the 14 days advance notice has been given. There must be a notice given to the vice president that we are going to supposed to pass a resolution against you. Notably, there is some interesting thing I also want to mention, that notably the constitution does not provide any list and the ground and the reasons for why the president can be vice president can be removed. There is no any specific ground. Yes, maybe some kind of illegal or illicit or anything thing of wrong act can be a reason, but there is no any ground mentioned in the constitution. No president in if you're talking about that in this particular chapter, no president has been ever faced removal, or a deputy chairman on the Rajya Sabha cannot be challenged in the court of law. Suppose if the president has been ever faced removal, then the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha cannot be challenged in the court of law as per the article of 122. If he removed, then nothing can be challenged. Now the next thing is salary. Salary, he right now he is getting 4 lakh per month, including he has all the facilities, medical, furnished residence, travel, and all other facility here. One important thing I would just like to mention here, that the vice president is not getting his salary under his post only. He's getting whatever the salary as an ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. It means the salary which he gets is on the post of ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, not because the vice president of this country. There are some interesting facts which when I study and which I am making this PPT, I got to know that that there are some well-known vice president of this country, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, the first vice president of this country, and no vice president in this history, independent India, has been faced to removal of the proceeding before the expired term. Still now, even no against no vice president there is any impeachment or any kind of resolution has been passed against. The Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan is the only vice president who become the vice president more than one, any 2 times of continuous. There are some other names also. These are the names: Shankar Dayal Sharma, Narayanan, and they all are the vice president, then they become the president. And now the Venkaiah Naidu, the current vice president, is also a member in the Modi government. So this is all about the vice president. I hope you like this lecture. Thank you.